Hey everyone, welcome back to CK2 Plus and how's Karling. Also, Happy New Year. This is the first episode I'm recording in 2018, and I hope that everything goes as smoothly as it did last year. Now, since it's been such a long time since I uploaded the last episode, and also since I recorded the last episode, I think we should spend a little bit of time here in the beginning just going over the general situation again, so that we know what's going on. And for that, we'll start off with our character, King Charles V, also known as the Just, King of England, King of France. He's 36 years old, still relatively young, but he has been through a lot. He was cancerous, or he had cancer, which got cured eventually, but he lost his manhood, balls, whatever. I don't actually want to know exactly what happened there, but at least he got cured from that disease, but he's also gotten blind. He's been blinded, although I suppose that just fits his regular character, his just character, because he doesn't see the people in front of him, so he only judges, I guess, based on evidence. I guess you could say. Anyways, and even that is not all. He also lost one of his legs. So despite him only being 36 years old, I don't know if he's gonna live much longer, which would be unfortunate because he only has one son, Prince Charles, who is gonna grow up to become Charles VI of France. Yep, we don't really know too much about this son yet. He is brooding, so that could, make him just, but maybe also wroth and envious. We'll have to see how he turns out. Our lovely wife, Queen Teresa the Clueless, as she's known, has ruled her very, very powerful domain with an iron fist, as you can see. And she's been a great asset. She is the strongest vassal in France, as you can see right here. She probably holds half the country under her own control. And while she is known as the Clueless, she has managed quite well, I would say. Unfortunately, oh no, she wants to have a daughter, and she's praying to get a daughter, but that's not going to happen. Anyway, so she has constantly been it's expanding her influence, especially here in Northern Africa. She's currently waging her third Aquitanian holy war for Fez against the Sultan of the Zirid Sultanate here. This time, though, she seems to be successful after we have basically helped her out in her conquest after attacking the Almoravid Sultanate here. We have, in the last episode, managed to take over the Duchy of Marrakesh, and I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to do with it, and someone suggested making it a theocracy, which I did like in the beginning, but honestly, we are a cynical man. We've been pressured in an early age by the Pope to change the investiture law from free to, no longer free, and so I don't think we really would like... We just don't like the clergy that much. And so I've decided to actually give this duchy to the last remaining member of House de Bern, which I'm saying wrong, I know, but, well. Anyways, I've decided to give it to him because he's the last one to carry on this name. Because the only other living member is our wife. And yeah, as you can see, she's not going to carry on the name. At least not any titles, because all of this will be inherited by our son. So I think what we'll do, once our son takes over and inherits all of these titles, we will distribute them, and let me quickly show you again. I think what I will do is I'm going to give the southern part here, all of it, to the Duke of Marrakesh, and what I will do with the northern part, I haven't fully decided yet. We might keep some of this ourselves, we might give it out to other vassals, not entirely sure. But yeah, I think definitely these southern lands will be given to the Duke of Marrakesh to make him very powerful, but not quite as powerful as our wife is right now. Yeah, other than that, we have a few friends that we should mention. We've got the Duke of Berry, Duke Gerard of Berry, who is our Chancellor, and yeah, I gotta speak about him a little bit more, but I will do that later on. We also have the Count of Auvergne as our friend. He is... serving our wife, and we have King Torquatore II of Sardinia, Corsica. He's also our friend, and we actually betrothed our heir, Charles, to his ward and one of his family members, a perceptive young girl. So hopefully she's going to turn out to be as promising as she seems, if that even makes sense. Or, yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, now, I did say I should speak a bit more about our Chancellor here, because I've sent him to fabricate a claim in Constantinople. Now, the reason is that we are a very ambitious man. Charles wants more from life than the average man. And I think our goal should be to reestablish the Latin Empire that still exists here in Bulgaria. So for some reason, Bulgaria is a de jure part of the Latin Empire. So if we take this over, we should be able to create the Latin Empire. Maybe that's not possible. I'm not entirely sure, because if we have a look here, it seems as if, yeah, I'm not entirely sure if we're actually going to be able to create it. But what we certainly need is, actually, no, that's not true. We don't actually need Constantinople. Huh. Well, never mind. I think it cannot hurt to start off our conquest here with ruling Constantinople. So we might as well try and get a claim here first. And then we'll try and take over the Kingdom of Bulgaria and proclaim the empire. Because that's something that our father or our grandfather didn't manage to do. So it would be quite a feat if we were to be successful. But yeah, that was all of that. Now, I would like to draw your attention to the family of formerly known the Bachaumont, now known as the Bachaumont Sournoisier. And there is another family, which is basically now the same, formerly known as the simply Sournoisier family, now calling themselves Sournoisier de Bachaumont. Now, you're probably wondering, like, what is going on here? And for that, we need to look at the Countess Agathe, or Agath, the usurper. Now, she was the Countess of Bourgogne. This is this county right here. Her father, Etienne, was originally granted this title by Charles IV, our grandfather, and he ruled for a long time. Then, however, after 27 years, he died, and at that time, women were not allowed to inherit, if you remember. And so it was Charles who inherited, because Etienne left only a daughter. And he eventually granted this to his friend Henry, who was a count at this point, who later became the king of Aragon, the king of Andalusia. Excuse me. And long story short, eventually we reconquered it for the Countess, and so after 12 years of waiting, she finally reclaimed her birthright. Now, she's a very interesting person because she married two men in her life, both of them of the same family, the aforementioned the Bachaumont family. And with both of these men, she had 3 children. With the first one, Louis de Bachaumont, she had 2 daughters, Isabeau and Catherine, who are both still alive, and a strong son, Duke Angilbert, the Butcher. But she also took on, and this was a regular marriage, so these 3 children are of the house de Bachaumont, or formerly have been of the house de Bachaumont. Now, her second husband was Aldric. He was a legitimized bastard, also of the Bachaumont family. And this, however, was a matrilineal marriage. So all of their children were then born into the Sournoisier family. Now, as a reward for her family, Alderic was made the Count of Chester so that the Sournoisier branch would eventually inherit. And then later, his son, Alderic, was made Duke of Upper Burgundy. He's also, just like his half-brother Angilbert, he's a strong man. And here's where things get interesting. But for that, I guess we'll have to maybe actually check out the tree here. So, once again, there's the 3 children. Now, these 2 guys, died under suspicious circumstances, very, very close to each other. So this was October 8th, 1230, and this was on December 29th, 1230. Now, this is not clear, but I imagine these two did not like each other very much. Now, the problem here is that the two duchies, remember, Duke Alderic was the Duke of Upper Burgundy, which is this duchy right here, and Alderic, Angilbert, is the Duke, or was the Duke of Burgundy. These two lands are very close to each other, and Bourgogne is right in the center. And that would be going from the House de Sournoisier to the House de Bachaumont. And so there was quite some rivalry between these two strong headed or bull-headed men. And so I think what happened was these two were rivals, but then they were both killed quickly, and so their sons inherited. So we've got on the Bachaumont branch, we've got Duke Louis II, who's 10 years old, still has a claim on the Duchy of Upper Burgundy. And then on the other side, we have Duke Alderic II, who is 11 years old, and also holds a claim on the Duchy of Burgundy. But now there was a treaty reached between, their regions, I suppose, that both houses would join as one. So they've changed their name to incorporate two or both branches, and they've also changed their sigil to have both of their, original coat of arms included. So we have the snake of House Sournoisier, we have got the lion of House de Bachaumont, and then we've got the eagle of House Karling, basically raising up the other two houses from nothing. And basically these two houses have now joined as one so that they do not fight each other. I'm not sure, there might still be some infighting, but I thought this was an interesting story. This was actually proposed by my Patreon supporter Overg, who also obviously came up with the House Sournoisier in the first place. And this is actually really, really interesting. If we check out the relative strength here of all of our vassals, we obviously see our wife as the strongest with 18% relative strength, and then we've got other people, the Duke of Orleans, we've got our Marshal Duke of Norfolk, and Duke of Hereford, we have Duke of Anjou and Flanders, Duchess of Kent, we've got a friend Duke of Berry, and so on and so forth. We even have, there we go, we've got the Van Talens of Normandy. And yeah, if we scroll through, we see that the Duchy of Burgundy at 3% is relatively far behind, and even further behind, we have with 2% the Duchy of Upper Burgundy. But now combining their strength, they would be at 5% and actually catapulted, way ahead. They would be amongst the principal houses in France now that they have joined their strength, which I think is really, really cool and a nice story. I hope that you guys were able to follow. Maybe I could have been a little bit more clear, but anyways, I thought this was really, really nice, and I definitely want to mention this. But yeah, I guess now, without further ado, we will actually move forward. I have already mentioned what we did with Mallorca, so I don't think there's anything else that we need to talk about. We'll go forward. We're making quite a lot of money, which is nice, and our wife has just won, adding one more county to her domain, which is obviously not a surprise at all. Okay, Robert of Somerset has requested a lower rank vassal should serve him. Duke Robert of Somerset. Now, who are we talking about? We're talking about the Count of Winchester. Now, if I can avoid this, then I probably will. I probably impress him with vague promises. Are we that kind of man to do this? Are we that kind of man? You were a greedy man. You're also gregarious. Who's your heir? Humbert. Okay, you have a duchy. Okay, claim. Okay, that's your brother. I see. We could deny it. We could give it to him for a favor. I like my other vassal better. I think, you know what, we'll just impress him. That's fine. I will not give him control over this right now. We might do that later on, but at the moment I think it's not necessary. Okay, let's just continue to move on. We are Yeah, we're making so much money. I think we should definitely spend some of this here. We have a few diseases going on, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, camp fever, smallpox, slow fever, and measles. So that's kind of unfortunate. But luckily it has not spread to our own domain yet. We will probably build some barracks here in Paris. And then I suppose we should build up the rest of our lands. Actually, you know what I will do? I will probably fund a city here in Amiens, which once again probably was wrong. And okay, we don't have money for another city, but I will probably build another one here in Vexin as well. A revolt has broken out. Ooh, that's not good. Have you... Sardinian Civil War. Oh, okay, so it's just started right now. So how many men do you have? You have 6,000, and your enemy... Oh, wow. He's a tourney champion. He's an exceptional leader. Holy hell. Wow, okay. He's got 3,000 men, and we are now stressed. Oh, a lot of pressure indeed. Whew. Well, I don't know how this is going to go. Yeah, we're certainly not going to live for very long. That is for certain. The Duke of Toulouse has just died. Duke Jocelyn. Yeah, okay. And he's excommunicated. I guess I could imprison him. Just for being excommunicated. There's only a 50% chance, though. Is there a reason? No, I think there's no reason to imprison him just now. We'll just leave him be. I think it wouldn't really help us. I want peace right now. We're so stressed. And Margarita just died. Oh, she's only important to us because she was the wife of our rival. That's fine. We don't really care that much about it. Oh no, but my wife is sick. Oh, that is terrible. She has the flu. Have we... Okay, no, none of the disease have spread into our country, but obviously, right, her capital of Bordeaux is obviously riddled with disease. Okay, and there is a call to arms against Sultan Henry, or Henri, of Al-Andalus. What are you doing? Breton Andalusian excommunication war. I'm not sure if I really want to join. We would not lose prestige if we were not to join in on this. Something also that is pretty interesting that I've realized or noticed is that the dynasty, the Cornell dynasty, is spread quite far. So they have the throne of Castile and, well, Navarra and Leon over here. This is the dynasty. But they also have Brittany, obviously. And then they also control the duchies of Northern Wales and Southern Ireland. So this is a really, really powerful dynasty that's kind of, well, present in all the provinces that we're present. They have lands in France, in Castile, and also in the British Islands. So we definitely gotta watch out for them. So I wonder if we want to help them here. Do I want to fight... Oh, you are fighting so many. Duke Perlamont de Lionheart in East Anglian Andalusian excommunication. The Duke of Norfolk, that's our vassal, already fighting him. Claim on La Mancha. Maybe excommunicated ruler, what's gonna do? Reducing that, he will abdicate in favor of his son. Right, because he's the son of Lucifer. I see. I think I'm going to decline, and instead we will declare the war, but if we fight, we will fight for something else. We will probably claim, like, Cornwall, or maybe, maybe Dijon would be a little bit better to claim, which I can't do, so I will have to press that for, yeah, Duke Louis de Bachaumont, Sournoisier. I think that's probably the best we can do right now. Alright, yeah, let's claim Dijon for him. And is there anything else? No, that's all I can claim. Okay, we might as well declare the war. It shouldn't take too long. So let's do that. And we need to appoint a new court educator that we don't have. Someone who's very experienced, maybe. A bishop. Huh. Now, we dislike the clergy somewhat. Or we're at least skeptical. But this man seems... He seems good enough. My opinion's +5. Plus... I think I'm going to go with Bishop Savary. There you go. We need a Count Dwarf. Okay, apparently that is a good thing. We'll go for it. Court Jester we don't need. Keep of the Swans. I think we'll make the Duke of Marrakesh a Keep of the Swans. There you go. And then a Seneschal needs to be appointed as well. Well, someone who likes us, maybe? Count of Essex? Maybe Duke of Cornwall? Some courtier. You know what? Maybe the Duke of Normandy. There you go. Enjoy. Alright, that will be fine. Do we need to maybe appoint a different commander here? Duke of Oxford? Seems slightly better. Let's switch him out. Okay, and now that we're at war, are we going to raise our wife's forces? Probably. Probably is the safest. 20,000 men. That's amazing. Okay, let's split them half immediately. And we will have one army led by Hugh Ironside, an insane person. Okay, yeah, you know what? I will send the insane man to fight in, well, not French lands. And he will have a mayor, 2 mayors that will accompany. Actually, you know what? He will have nobody accompanying him. He's just insane. Actually, no, never mind. Let's have the 2 mayors, maybe keep him in check. We'll go right for that capital. And then I have these 10,000 men under someone who's not as insane. Someone who's a siege leader. Yes, Ironside. You will besiege Dijon. I think this is perfect. Okay. The Pope crowns the Emperor. Reginary the Oak is, wow. Quite a crusader there. Current Holy Roman Emperor. Now, because we are the Duke of Verona, we actually get to have a say in who becomes the next emperor. I'm currently voting for my kin, the Archduke of Austria. So far, I think I'm the only one voting for him, but you know, that's okay. Maybe in time, someone else will vote for him as well. But that will be it for today's episode, guys. I know there was not much progress, but I felt like this was kind of necessary after such a long break. We'll be back next time with a lot more action. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.